not surprised, Belle.
They weren't ready for it.
You almost lost to a Ganon.
You don't. That's the story of my life.
You're almost losing to a Ganon?
Almost losing to Ganon. Because no matter who you are, you're always one hit away from almost losing to a Ganon. It's not fair.
Is Ganon really that
I'm just imagining, like, just milestone moments of your life, like graduating high school. You almost failed. It's just your teacher stamping an F on your paper. Doria!
Go to your job interview for your current job, and he's just waiting there behind the door, charging the kick, just waiting.
All right, let me open this door to the workshop. No! Pokemon had another little trailer thing. Showed off some new Dynamax forms, which are like the giant forms. Charizard looks fucking
so dumb.
I'm so
I
tired
hate
of
all
them.
of it. How y'all hitting 1,000 with all the humans and the Pokemon are just stinking up the joint. That coffin looks so dumb.
I like Dynamax Charizard. He looks pretty fucking
They
sexy.
keep willing out Charizard.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm sick of it. Blastoise and Venusaur gets no kind of love. Char is always Charizard, and I'm sick of it.
It's because Charizard, man.
Yeah. Charizard the best.
He's not the best.
He is the best.
Charizard the best.
He's not.
But
He is.
so they showed off a bunch of different Dynamax forms, and they have ones for the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And I just love the fact that Let's Go Pikachu's Dynamax form is just original fat Pikachu.
Seriously,
It's
amazing.
all it is.
Can we talk about Meowths, though?
I hate it. It looks so stupid.
Long cat.
I hate it.
Very long cat.
Yeah.
Like, Pikachu's like, oh, okay, that's a cute callback. Meowth. Wait, guys, what the fuck?
That's the, that was the drugs finally kicking in. Like, they had some good designs, and then, like, at the peak of the creative portion of their high, they made Sirfetch'd, who's amazing. And then then they lost the buzz, and Dynamax Meowth came out of it. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doolittle.
Oh, did you see
The accent is the thing.
Uh-huh.
the Reddit stuff?
No.
Wait, what?
The Reddit stuff surrounding Doolittle. There was a dude that was working on a production company, and he just started releasing information. So the director was a piece of that clearly was out of his league and did not know what he was doing and micromanaging everything. So they would be shooting for the day, and the people would go, so where are the animals going to be placed? Because we need to know where Downey's going to be standing so we can place the animals there in post. And he goes, we'll figure it out. Let's get this shot of shooting. And there's like 5 stories of that.
Interesting.
We'll feel it out. Great.
The dude ended it with, I don't know who the production company is that they brought in, but if they can make it even watchable, they all deserve a raise. So he's thinking this is going to be a dumpster fire.
Interesting.
I'd believe it. Which would be very sad for Downey, I feel like. He'd just kind of be annoyed.
Who cares? He doesn't care.
He doesn't.
This dude is doing. This is a passion project out there.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever, friggin' dog movie, polar bear, let's rock it.
Yeah,
He don't need this.
He's set for life.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's 100% done.
If they just go, this guy's eating 5 devil fruits, nobody wants to see that. Because it's such a
you
drop
say
from
that.
the Oda quality.
You say that.
You say that, BG, but we got Jinbei fans out there.
You have
Pumping
Jinbei
they fist.
stands out there. People who stand
Everybody
Jinbei.
wants to see SS5 Goku.
Everybody's waiting for that next one.
I think people just want Super Saiyan 4 back.
Oh, definitely. It's the best form. It's the best form.
It's the best form.
I just
But
so
nobody-
on that
Go
note,
ahead.
you guys just put out the first episode of A New Revisited.
Oh, it was so fun. It
Was it,
wasn't
DA?
fun at all.
Was it?
I got so angry, and I'm like, I hate feeling this way. Then I just got drained of energy. I'm like, well, at least I know that I'm not a murderer or anything. It's like, all right, take me in, officer. I did it. Because I just got drained for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I gotta keep the energy up, and I'm just like, oh, BG, go on a huge rant. And BG's like, well, that sucks. Pause, look at me. I'm like, I'm done.
Oh no.
Take the ball, BG.
Oh no. No, sir.
You
Because
dribbling the rest of this shot clock out, my friend.
The issue with that was you went 4.5 minutes. We played about 20 seconds. I went for maybe 40 seconds, and then you jumped right back in. So I'm like, oh, he's got more in him. And then for the beginning of part 2, you go on another rant.
Oh,
And then you just, for like 5 minutes, go, yeah, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, he threw.
Oh, he used it all up. He got nothing left.
You threw it all at
I'm
the
not
spirit
an
bomb and still
I'm
had
not an
14
angry
more episodes
person.
to go.
But this dude was talking all this hot nonsense.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And I just exploded like 3 times. And then I just went. And it wasn't like fun. Genlock sucks. Oh my goodness. This was like, dude, you're doing stuff that legitimately pisses me off.
He was.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 2. Is it 39? 39. Pretty sure it's 39. It is 39. Cool. All right.
Did you use the new clips I sent?
I didn't know you sent them. Okay,
Perfect.
next episode.
So the old thing from episodes 1 something.
Sparkle 1. Cool. All right. I also have SmashCon in another stream. Okay. All right. Sorry, just pulling up a bunch of things.
You do
I
like
apparently
that
wasn't ready
sometimes.
to start the episode.
Yeah, you were talking all that high.
Where did
The
you
new clips
did you put the clips in? Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Added
I
3
know where
hours
to put
ago. Gotcha. All right. So next episode.
Triton, before the stream starts, he plays clips of old podcast episodes. So I just put together 2 10-minute clips. I'm gonna put it together more next time. It was just I was doing it last night until y'all started streaming that bush, and I joined that for an hour, and then I was just like, I don't even feel like editing anymore.
All right. So, quite a lot of nerd stuff happened over this past week, as well as a couple of other things. Let's see what we got first. You know what? I'll save all the DC stuff for next to each other. Sora is out tomorrow. I can't wait.
It's unbelievable. It's almost like it's not real. just thinking like, oh my goodness, it's tomorrow.
And it's the last character too. It's just like
And that's it.
nothing.
And
There's-
a balance patch.
Yeah, potentially. Like I could see them still potentially patching the game a little bit. Especially if there's something like immensely game breaking that comes out of this patch for whatever reason or another. But this might be the last major balance patch of the game. All right, so let's get the 18 things I want with Ridley out of the way.
I am fine with Isabel. She has her place. There's not too much I can think that can be improved about her. Other than like speeding up her role. Her role is terrible. Yeah, like I can't be like, hey, make her pew pew a little bit faster, make the fishing line go further. I don't care about any of those things. Those things are fine. I want Robin improvements so bad. I want their speed up 2%. If I don't want them to be almost tied in a foot race with Incineroar. I don't like that. The charging of the book, the lightning book, takes a little bit too long. The sword is fine. It
Nah,
takes exactly,
I think the lightning book's fine where it is. I think it's just fine
you.
where it is.
Screw you. It takes 10 seconds in the beginning of the round for the Levin sword to come up. 10 seconds. That's too much. Have it from the beginning. There's no point. And if it isn't there for the beginning, supercharge other stuff for those 10 seconds. Have it be like your fire does twice the damage. Because it's Robin, if you don't have resources, is not playable. And that's my problem. Don't take away the don't have resources. Don't take away that. Make the resources stronger, or have them come back faster, or have them have more charges. Like if you do a down smash, that's like 3 charges, and with the sword, I think it's like 15. So you have a very limited amount of things that you can do with the sword before it's gone for like 13 or 14 seconds, and then all your smash attacks and all that other stuff is trash, and I don't like that.
Make Cloud broken again.
Small improvement. Just break him again. That's all I'm asking for.
See,
make him literally unplayable in a fair environment, and I'll be happy.
Gavin, see, if you ask for that, that brings back Broken Bayo, so I don't think any of us want that, so you're stuck, man. Yeah, like, stuff that'd be reasonable for Ridley would be, like, less landing lag on some... landing lag on some of his aerials. Like, most of the other stuff, it ain't gonna happen. Like, that's the only thing that I could maybe even kind of think of. But, I'm trying to think of, like, what would be, like, for characters that I don't play, what would be good. Like, honestly, you mentioned Incineroar. If this isn't going to happen, if he honestly got a speed buff, he would rise like 2 tiers.
Well, absolutely. I had a nice little back and forth with an Incineroar. It was like 6-7 games.
Because that's the biggest thing is Incineroar, like, he can't get around. But when he grabs you, when he gets to you, you hurt.
So hey, what up, Dad?
I'm trying, yeah. It's not too much. I mean, we're going to see tomorrow. That's like a good chunk of what we're going to be going over as soon as that update happens. So yeah, how we're thinking of doing it is we're probably going to start, usually the updates happen close to 9 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll probably start like 8-ish or so. We'll open up an arena either until the update until close to 9, and then probably we're just going to kick y'all out just so we can try and get the update. Or if like the online just boots us off in order to do said update.
That's what's going to happen.
Oh wait, don't they usually like kill the servers for an hour?
They either kill the servers or the servers kill themselves.
Yeah, I forget. Maybe we'll start at 7 then. See if get a little bit of time in with everybody. But yeah, then we'll get the character, we'll play around, we'll open up them patch notes and see what's going on. And then yeah, just play a few normal matches, and then of course, and most importantly, play some FIFA. Watch, Sora's gonna be the only DLC character that sucks.
Them 3 hits in the air.
There's the aerial stuff, but he doesn't have a whole lot of knockback, so yeah, we'll see. Obviously we're super excited. So if I had to guess 7, we'll shoot for 7 p.m. Eastern time to play some Smash and then go through all of that. I'm excited. All right. Oh yeah, weekly reminder. BG, was that an appropriate topic to then segue into the weekly reminder?
Absolutely. Good job, sir.
I just wanted to get your approval, just because
And you have it.
we all agree that I just did it wrong last week. So I just want
complete agreement. It was 50-50.
Who your boy was on your side?
It was 50-50.
I'm joking.
It was 50-50.
It was indeed.
And that's good enough for a majority. I'm not going to explain how.
So as always, your weekly reminder, Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, get your vaccine, and keep wearing your goddamn masks.
Nah.
You dirty heathens.
Dude, I am fully vaccinated. I got in an Uber last Saturday, and I put on a mask, and a dude put on his mask after I got in the car, once he saw I masked. And I'm just like, why aren't you ready with your mask before I get
already on? That's bounds for a 5. That's for a star. Because I'm always just like default 5 stars unless we crash on something or he starts shouting racial epithets. Otherwise, it's all just 5 stars because who cares? Whatever, that's your livelihood. But
or if they just like really try hard for conversations about stuff you just don't want to talk about.
They want that 5 star.
Bro, they try so hard to converse with you. My headphones are on. Shut up. I'm gonna give you your 5. Don't worry about it.
I went to a con yesterday and they were pretty good with the mask.
Oh, is this Mulan? Was this Mulan?
That was absolutely Mulan.
How was that?
Oh, he just smiled a little bit. That's not good.
It went. I am out of practice with my autograph stuff, so I did some very stupid things, and my day could have gone better, but it didn't.
But it could have gone worse.
It could have gone worse. I'm very disappointed in myself because there were 3 people that I wanted to meet. Anthony Starr, who is Homelander in The Boys, Ming-Na Wen, who of course is Mulan, and Lucy Christian, who is of course Lucy Christian. So I got there at around 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is when I got in there. Anthony Starr, he had about 30 people in his line. He was not there. Lucy had about 20 people in her line. She was there. Ming-Na had her whole thing full up, and then she had another line of people waiting to get into the line. She was triple packed.
The queue for the queue.
Absolutely. So I just went, what do I do first to maximize my time, get in, get out as fast and as quick as possible? What I should have done was gone to Ming-Na first.
That's what I was thinking in my head.
I should have gone because she was only there for Saturday. And she had a panel and she had a photo shoot. I should have done that first. I did not for some reason.
Did you get your autograph at least?
I got my autographs.
Okay.
I would be sitting here
tragic.
Right now I'd be like curled up in my muff in bed for the next 3 days. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to y'all.
Straight canceled.
Canceled. So I went, all right, Lucy, people are going to come and go. That's fine. I don't know if people are going to start coming for when Anthony gets here. So I'm going to Anthony first. He got there about 15 minutes later, got his autograph. It was around 10:45 at that point. Went over to Lucy. She had double the people, like 40, 50 people. That took a while. Got out of there at around 12. Went over to Ming-Na's line. It was about 30 people there. We tried to walk in. Lines cut off. I'm like, she's got lunch. She's going to take care of these people, do her lunch, do her panel, come back down here at 3 o'clock. I went, what the And of course, the other 2 were just there for basically the whole day. So I had to wait to do what I wanted to. Now, not too much of a problem, but there were 2 panels that I wanted to go to. One of them was the voice of Brain, and a whole bunch of people was there.
Okay, that's cool.
He was going to do a panel.
Pinky and the Brain, right?
Yes, Pinky and the Brain.
Yes.
And he was gonna do the voice. It was like 3 voice actors there, 3 like high profile, like they're in everything voice actors. And they were gonna do like, hey, it's a script reading, but we're just gonna change up voices just to be funny and silly and all that stuff.
I've seen some of those panels. Those are fun.
Yeah, that seemed really fun. And the other one was the boys panel that I wanted to go to. Those happened at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock.
Ah.
So I couldn't attend them because I was in the humongous line for Ming Na. And it was a humongous line. Because I'm like, all right, I'll sit here. Because I walked around the con at about 1 o'clock. I was like, 1:30, I'll come back there. Chill out, hour and a half. It's not going to be too many people. I go up there, there's like 3 people milling about. It's like, yeah, this is the line for Ming Na. It's like, yeah, this is the start of it. The end of it is way back there. So I was in the line for the line.
I have a question for you. And I think I know the answer to this, but just want to ask.
What?
Have you ever had, like, I won't say flawless, but like the
perfect run, the dream run?
Yeah, basically. I know it's not perfect, but like as close as you can.
I absolutely have.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I absolutely have.
What was it?
It was MatsuriCon. It wasn't.
You know why? Because MatsuriCon is both small enough so you can do like 7 runs. And they somehow get tremendous guests.
And also it was another one at ShudoCon, which was it was a small medium con. And
was that the Dragon Ball year?
It was the year after the Dragon Ball year.
I think they did a One Piece year.
They did a One Piece year. I don't know if that was the one after it, but they did have a lot of One Piece people. But yeah, those are 2 ones where I'm just like, I got everything that I wanted. I got in, I got out. I had panel time, dream runs.
Okay. I thought the answer was going to be no.
No. Y'all heard my wheeling and dealing talking to people in the autograph line.
Sure. But usually those are surrounded by one of your stories. Well, the autographs were good.
Absolutely. You know what? That is a good point. It's usually like blah 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 blah.
But also
blah,
the
blah.
knife.
Autographs were good. Blah 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 blah. That's how it goes. It's like a sandwich. The meat of autographs is good, but the bread is...
Oh, man. I will say, I feel like a lot of the times where like autographs go really, really, really terribly is when you're at cons with us. Or just your bad luck.
Yeah, but then the day-to-day life goes terribly when he's not at cons with us.
Correct.
But the autographs go smooth.
Let's pick your poison, I guess.
Wow, it should be like that.
All right. So let's go through some tiny bits of news. So a couple of things with Metroid Dread. 1, I beat it. It is a pretty short game. 100%ing it. It took me like roughly 10 hours. But I will say, at least in my opinion, it's the best 2D Metroid game. Just in terms of bosses, gameplay, they just a lot of polish. Except for one potentially game-breaking bug, which I did not encounter, but is apparently causing a little bit of a issue with some players, where just if you do this like very specific thing with the map, so there's like these markers that you can put on the map, and if you put this marker in a specific place and go to the door where you put the marker on it right at the end of the game just crashes. And I think like once the game is kind of in that state, you just can't get past that door.
Well, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, so Nintendo's aware of it. They're gonna fix it, but yeah. Luckily, I just didn't really place markers all that often, so I didn't encounter it. But yeah, there's that. And then the other thing, did you guys see the whole? Because it actually was trending on Twitter for a little bit. The $60 game versus this $60 game.
Oh yeah.
So it mainly spurned from this game designer who had worked on the newest God of War game, and where he was complaining about it on Twitter, and then people captured some footage of him playing the game on stream, and he just skipped all the tutorials, and the tutorials in the game tell you that, hey, shoot all the walls because you might find something. And that's also just an inherent thing of Metroid games. Like, having played all of them back to back, it's a thing.
Can I say that as a game designer, Why would you skip the tutorial?
That's a great question.
Because like you know that people are too stupid to figure things out, and you need to lay it out in the clearest terms possible.
So there's that. He did not realize that you could aim up until he got to this room that he got stuck in for apparently like a half hour or something.
This reminded me of in Cuphead tutorial, dude.
Yes. Like the whole thing with like, and like how the newer Metroids are, this happened with the Return of Samus, and then in this game, basically just tilting your control stick up in a direction, Samus will just aim in that direction. You can hold like up and right, and she'll be running with the her arm aimed up, and you can like go the whole spectrum of up and around her to completely aim like wherever you want to. Very intuitive, very easy. And if you just would have held that direction at some point, I feel like you would have noticed that. He didn't. So then he goes into this room. In this room, it's a dead end. It has like a floating platform in the middle that is like a staircase. So it's like one level and then it goes up a level. There's another section of room above it, but there's a ceiling in the way. And what you're supposed to do is you just shoot the ceiling, and then you go, oh, those are breakable blocks. Okay, then you move on, because that is the one dead end, and you just like, you can't progress until you figure that out. But the designers of Metroid gave you a lot of helpful things to incentivize you to shoot that ceiling. One, there's an enemy crawling on the ceiling. So if you just shoot at the enemy, more than likely you'll miss once, and you'll hit the ceiling, and it'll blow up. The room is just kind of like centrally pointing you up into that direction. There's this giant ass orange window between the bottom section of that roof and the top section of that roof. So it really focuses your attention on that section. And then there are enemies above in the top section of that room that typically like they're flying enemies and they zip around and will reposition themselves to attack you and fly into you really quickly. But that top space is really narrow. It seems like an odd place for those enemies to be. Just like all of these hints. And there's this great video that actually someone posted to our Discord, where basically it shows this guy just like struggling with like being like pissed off that he didn't figure it out, and then showing like 10 other streamers just immediately
Oh no.
immediately just shooting the ceiling. and then like he was quoting saying like, hey, this like one Shantae game is an example of a good Metroid game where like nothing's hidden. And then someone took some footage of that Shantae game and showed this hidden area that gives you literally no clue that there's this crawling secret path in this specific spot. Like literally no hints. You can't see the room to the other side. There's nothing there. And then I think the end bit is just like, maybe you're just bad at games. Which I love. But yeah,
But you're a game designer. You can't.
Dude, it's it. And then like it spurned the whole thing of just like people are like, this game isn't worth $60. It's like blah blah this. It's like, one, you're comparing a 2D exploration platformer to a 3D action adventure game. They're different games with different play styles and what have you. They're talking about production value and all this, and God of War is a game where you play it once and you're probably, for the most part, never going to play it again. Ever. Metroid games are designed to be replayed. It's like you beat it once, maybe you just beat it normally. Then you're like, okay, now I want to 100% it. You beat it again. Then you're like, okay, now I want to play it on the hardest difficulty. Like it's a game
that's not fair, Mike, because you can do the exact same for God of War.
Can you though?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
I want to beat it on the hardest. People do that for The Last of Us too. I beat it, now I want to beat it on grounded mode. Or Metal Gear Solid, they want to do European hardcore or something. Which is mine, no.
Okay. I just know like that has been a thing with Metroid games where it's like they are shorter, but there's a very intentional design choice for it to be very replayable. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's to each their own. If it's worth $60 to you, it's worth $60 to you. If it's not to you, then
it's
sure.
About your enjoyment of it.
Yeah.
Not the way it looks, not the way Did you get $60 worth of enjoyment out of thing? Yes or no? Yes. All right, then what's the problem? If you didn't play it, why are you talking about it?
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. Nick All Stars. People have already found a wobble, which
I've heard.
in Smash Bros. Terms, it's an infinite. Basically, it's like, so in Melee, Ice Climb. No, in Melee. I think it's also in Brawl. Ice climbers have an infinite grab, where if they grab you once, and as long as they're what's the word? I guess technique. That's not the word I'm thinking of, but as long as they don't fuck up the infinite grab, they can basically get you to 999 and just immediately kill you. So, and that was termed wobbling. So a couple of characters can do this, but there's one character in particular that can do this really easily, and that is Michelangelo. So Michelangelo has this his neutral light attack in the air, where he spins his nunchucks in front of him. Basically has set knockback to where no matter what damage you have, you will always be sent in the same angle at the same spot. So as long as you go nair, and then grab, which you can do in the air, you can just chain this infinitely. And basically what they'll do is they'll get you off stage and they'll just nair you off. And it's like, if you get grabbed, you're done. Mikey can do it only because he's a party dude.
So there's a quasi big tournament. I think it got a $5,000 or $10,000 pot. Mikey's banned.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was this weekend at Super Smash Con, and he indeed was banned.
Banned.
I saw that YouTube video. It was just like banned.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, and that's actually a big deal too. That $10,000 tournament, that $10,000 was given by the publisher of Nickelodeon All Stars. So that's a kind of a jab at Nintendo being like, "Yo, they're supporting their game. What's up, bro?" What's the best Metroid game to get into? Ooh.
Why are you thinking of? Is there a worst company out gaming wise than Nintendo? Because they don't need to do anything.
Yeah, they don't
and
need
they
to,
get
and that's the problem.
so much lack of criticism and so much applaud because of their vast library of recognizable characters. I don't think EA's is bad. They're really bad with microtransactions. Absolutely.
They've
But
gotten better though. Honestly.
EA has really turned it around in a lot of aspects. There's still a lot of microtransaction-y things in their game. Their yearly games, I'll say this, their yearly games are still bad. FIFA, Madden, all that stuff,
Apex.
still bad. But
oh wait, yearly, sorry.
I mean, you could still say Apex, but I think that's free to play. So
seasonal, I was thinking in my head, but
yeah, it is what it is with a free to play game. But Nintendo is just straight up like they don't drop the price of their games. They put out marginal upgrade.
Their online is not great, and they don't care.
And they don't care.
They don't have to care. They're Nintendo. You're gonna buy their stuff. You're gonna play their stuff. They've got that marketability. They got the name, brand recognition.
That's an expansion pass. Holy! I saw $50. I went what?
For what?
For some N64 games and some Sega games. Oh, but you get the Animal Crossing DLC with it. I don't play Animal Crossing.
But you should. That's what Nintendo's saying is you should. You need to buy this full price game over here to get the full value.
You better buy it to get your value in. You better start playing it. I don't know what to tell you. It's such nonsense that they can get away with this bullshit.
Yeah. And you know me, I'm a diehard. I'm gonna be one of those schlebs that I will take that $50 fart in my face and be okay with that.
Yes, but that's the thing. You're gonna go. I just gotta eat it.
It's
There's
for a
no
year,
choice
I
but to
believe,
eat
if
it.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. It's $50 for a year. Family plan is $80. So if you got 4 friends, y'all all pay $20 and y'all all get it. But it's just like I gotta eat the cost because I want to play Mario Kart online. Like I said this before, if they were offering the Nintendo 64 games and the Sega games and all that crap a la carte where you could just buy it outside of that thing, there would be much less reason to complain because I'll just pay $15 and buy Mario Kart instead of the whole yearly thing, and that's just me. And then I'll spend the $12 or the $20 on the usual online stuff. But it's like, no, you want to play these games? $50, please, every year. It's ridiculous, and there's nobody talking. There's nobody that cares.
I'm trying to answer your earlier question. 2D Metroid, I would say Super Metroid on the SNES would probably be like the game to try to say, hey, I like 2D Metroids or don't like 2D Metroids. The first Prime, if you want to play the 3D experience. Metroid Prime. Yeah. Because this is me trying to take as much of my fanboy biases out of it. You look at the Nintendo thing, it's like you can only get these experiences on this thing for this price or whatever. But then you look at like similar things with newer games, like games with gold, like PlayStation Plus, and then you're like, eh.
It's really hard to justify not getting a gold or a plus over a Nintendo or a Nintendo over those two. When all you're doing is I want to play Zelda on my Switch.
Yep.
Ocarina of Time on my Switch. Or I think it's Majora's Mask. I don't even think that it is.
Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask is coming later.
Okay. So yeah,
there's a few other games that are on the docket, but they aren't going to be there at launch.
Hey, Star Fox.
Multiplayer Star Fox.
Star Fox is hype.
Speaking of Nintendo too, we said an incorrect thing last week. I guess we just found, hashtag fake news. Pratt is doing a voice for Mario.
Oh, he is?
Yes, he is.
Why not get the dude then?
Is that better or worse?
I don't know.
It depends on the voice. It depends on the voice.
I honestly don't know. Yeah, at that point, it's like, he's right there. Charles is right there.
If you're not getting Chris Pratt for the Chris Pratt voice and recognizability, like, is a dude doing a voice at that point, and get the dude to do the voice. I will never understand that. I do not approve. I don't like it. It sucks.
Yeah.
I probably won't be seeing that.
Oh, actually,
I won't be.
Oh, I will be seeing.
I will. I will be as well in ways. Speaking of EA though, just because now that I read it and now I'm reminded. One thing I will say, yes, the games with gold and the whole like connectivity with EA Play is a good thing in concept. I explained this to BG yesterday. So those that have watched old episodes of the podcast know that me and Xbox Live don't have a good history. I've just had problems with Xbox Live a lot where I just couldn't get access to my account, and then them trying to fix my account, they deleted all my save data, and that was before cloud saves. And then like after a month of dicking me around, they send me a code that fixes my problems. I think I'm at the start of another one of them situations. So, the Game Pass, Game Pass Ultimate, I think in particular, it might be both regular Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate, has a thing with EA Play where if you have Game Pass, you get access to EA Play and all the games on EA Play for free. Cool idea, right? Connecting those accounts is apparently either the easiest thing in the world or the most painful process ever.
It was like a beep, boop, boop. Oh, you're in. Thank you, EA. Thank you, Xbox.
So then I go and do this because once BG finishes up Dead Space 1 and 2, we plan to play 3 together on a PC. So I go to, on my PC, try and download Dead Space 3. So it's like, all right, connect your EA account with Games with Gold. Okay, Xbox app. I try to connect it, and it just says, there was an error. Please try again. It doesn't give me any specifics. Doesn't tell me why things happen. Doesn't even give me an error code or like a contact link or to send feedback. Just says, nah, we fucked up. Try again. And it just kept happening and happening and happening. So I Google and find a few things where people were like, oh, your Xbox Live account is connected to a different EA account than the one you signed into on the EA account app. You need to find that account and disconnect your Xbox gamer tag from it. It's like, oh, okay. So I go through every fucking email that I've ever had to try and figure out which one has an EA account and then connects to it. I found one account that like I did remember that I signed up for that its gamer tag was my Xbox gamer tag, but my account was not connected to it. And then I go to like my very first fucking email back in AOL dial-up, you got mail days, and it lets me reset a password and then sign into an account. Honestly, I don't think this account existed. I think I created an account through the reset password functionality, which is kind of stupid, but it happened, and that had no accounts attached to it. So every email I tried, it's not connected. I found another suggestion. It's like, oh, sign in through your Xbox, download one of the games you get through EA Play on just an Xbox, either a Xbox One or Xbox Series console. And it'll ask, and then it'll reset your password, and then you're good. I'm like, okay. So I do that. And then I get to that screen. I try to sign to the EA account, and it's like, hey, reset your password. I'm like, okay, cool. But then it asks for an email. I'm like, well, this is my problem. So I tried both of those emails. It goes through the whole process. I X out, try to sign back in. Then it just says, hey, you need to reset your password. So on my Xbox, it's recognizing that there's an EA account attached to it. It's just not telling me which one.
I don't know what goes on with you.
Then I'm like, I hadn't had the time over the past 2 days. It'll be this week. I'm going to figure it out. So then I'm like, all right, I just need to contact EA. So I go to their website and there's no phone number anywhere. And it's like troubleshooting or it's like need help, send feedback or whatever. And then it has you go through a questionnaire of like, what's your specific problem? And of course, the thing that I find is not quite specific enough. So I try and get close. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll give me a number once I get to the end of this. No, it gives me a form to send an email. Sent the email, and actually, while I was calling BG yesterday, I saw that they replied to me. The reply had absolutely nothing to do with my problem, and no number to call. It's just like, I'm like just sitting there. I'm like, it's happening again. No.
Square one.
No.
Try it again, sir. You were almost there, but now the beginning.
So I have to find I need to talk to a person. I need to talk to a person in order to start.
It's not gonna get resolved unless you do.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not gonna be resolved for another at least 2 weeks. Like, just in order to figure this shit out. And honestly, I might have to call Xbox first. To maybe they'll have a number for me to call. Just because I can't find anything on EA, so we'll see. But yeah, just
John, that sounds like a nightmare. Nintendo did that to me, honestly. Followed their instructions to transfer my data from one new 2DS XL to a new one, and it wiped all my save files. I would return it. I would return it and sell all my games, and I would just not play that anymore.
Uber pissed.
Because there are times where you'll lose 2 hours in a JRPG, and you'll be like, that's it for the week.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not playing this anymore. To lose all your save files, I couldn't pick up any of those games. At least for years.
That's what happened with me when I did the Xbox thing originally. I was at the end. I was literally at the last mission in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And I was going around and 100%ing all the islands. And then this thing happened. And then in the process of them trying to fix my account, they had me like clear my cache or do something with my memory, and I didn't realize that cleared my save games, and this was before cloud saves. That's one of the things, if like this process, all these processes now There's cloud backup, which is good.
Yes.
You won't have this anymore, what I had and what John had. But yeah, just I was like 60 plus hours into Assassin's Creed, and then once I got all that stuff figured out, I go to open my save file, it's not there. I just signed out of my Xbox, canceled my Xbox Live subscription at that same day. I was so pissed. And then didn't get it until like Games with Gold was a thing, which was like 4 years later or something.
Got to, dude. You gotta just go, no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good on y'all.
All right. So do we want to do DC FanDome first, or do we want to get to Chappelle?
DC might take longer.
Okay.
Chappelle.
Let's do Chappelle. So, Mr. Chappelle, who is always, a totally PC and not controversial individual ever. He had a new comedy skit special that was released onto Netflix, and it apparently, I have not watched this special, so I don't know how disparaging this stuff is. But apparently he had some anti-trans material in his comedy special, and many members of the trans community were not a fan. And it's one of those things too where like a lot of people will say in comedy you typically want to punch up when you're making fun of people, and this was definitely a kind of a punch down. So people are up in uproar, and like a lot of people of the trans community have been like speaking against it. He's been getting quote unquote canceled, heaviest of air quotes, canceled over it. Then the president of Netflix responds saying like people need to get thicker skin. There's an exact quote that he gave that I will try and look up here right now. But needless to say, it was a little tone deaf. just a bit.
Yeah. Back the wrong horse on that one. It's
Yeah.
like an entire group of people, marginalized individuals, or one dude. Yeah. I understand free speech and all that, but
Let's see, doubles down on defense.
Gavin says it wasn't anti-trans. He watched it twice, and the people aren't listening to words that are said. Yeah, we should probably have known exactly what was said and how it was said before we start talking about
True. But the thing is, like...
The turf thing is what annoyed me. Beyond that...
Yeah, I don't even know what he said. I just heard people saying that he said some stuff. I'm like, oh, Dave.
Yeah, I think I'm hesitant because I just want Dave not to be...
Yeah, that's the same thing. I didn't watch his last special, even though there wasn't any controversial things about it. Because I was like, I like Dave. Dave is funny, and I don't want to be like. It's like going into a new album from an artist that you like. You're like, oh, please don't be crap.
And boy,
the one thing that
comedy is a lot different than just listening to music. Like, yeah, I like that, or I don't like that.
Yeah, one of the things that he said was he was comparing violence in video games to making fun of trans people, which is not a very apt comparison.
yeah, I don't know what the through line would be there.
Yeah. The thing is, though, like, I will say I have not seen it, but I can't tell a trans person that did see it and did get offended to not be offended by it. So that's my thing where I kind of look at it is if these people did watch it, and which I said these people, it kind of sounds bad, but if trans people did watch it and they were offended by it, I have no.
You did say these people there because non-trans people can also be offended by it.
True.
It's just people that are offended by it.
Yeah.
These people.
So I don't know. Like, I can't tell. Like, it's slippery. It's a slippery slope.
You can't tell a black person not to be offended at somebody saying the N-word.
Yes.
Even though you, as a black person, might not care, you can't, or you as a Latinx person might not care about whoever said the N-word. You can't just go, hey, black person, why are you offended by this when a bunch of rappers say it all the time?
Yeah.
Like, that's not the way to go there.
Yeah. And because of the CEO's tone-deaf comments, there seems to be a planned walkout strike at Netflix, being led by...
The CEO's words were... veiled, hey, it made a lot of money, so I don't care.
Yep.
That's just like a MatPat. MatPat did the same thing. The Five Nights games make a lot of money, so I don't care.
So yeah, there's it's still kind of a continuing story about what happens and what have you, but
Yeah, I'll give it a listen, see exactly what he says, and
yeah,
have a report next week, maybe.
there we go. And more than likely, there'll be more news to come out of it. All right, so with that, we have
Really quick before we get into any of that,
Mhm.
Everybody watch Squid Game?
Yep.
I have not, but I don't care about
All right,
spoilers.
never mind.
Yep, he doesn't care.
Okay. I thought it was really good.
7 out of 10.
I will go 8 out of 10. It gets an entire point. We do revisit it,
Yes, of course.
and the word masterpiece.
You don't
is
have
thrown
to.
around.
You don't have to remind me today that we do revisit.
Especially after today. But you know, the word masterpiece get thrown around too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think episode 6 is a legitimate masterpiece.
Which one was that one?
Marble. The Marble.
Oh yes, absolutely.
That was
That was bone chilling from
I-
beginning to end.
It is a 7, but that gets a full point for that episode.
That episode is legitimately tremendous. I could not believe, because the second it was just like, all right, you're playing against the person you teamed up with, and you see everybody that got teamed up, and it's just like mind guts.
And everybody's like morals are tested in different ways.
And the main character's just like, hey, I'm gonna be the nice guy and team up with the old man, even if it kills me.
Oh,
It is what it is. And then it's just like, you gotta kill him. It's just like, please just play the game. And he's walking around, that's my house. I think it's around. No, just one game, please. And when he went, did I say evens or odds?
And the look on his face. Dude is an amazing actor. It is. You can just see all that conflict just right on his face. It is. And then at the end where it's just like, that's what you did. I was like, oh.
And he turned it around and he started crying. And it was just like, I'll just accept it. He's like, no, take it. You won legitimately. Now, when they didn't show him get shot, I was like, oh, that's some bullshit. There's something going on with the old man.
Yeah.
Dude, the rocks with that was so
And the
terrible.
two girls just sitting down and talking.
It was just like, I took my turn. You won. Be happy about it. No, take a real turn. I'm not gonna be happy with this.
about what I was gonna do when I got out, and I couldn't think of. You take it.
You got stuff to care about. I ain't got nothing.
I watched episode 1 through 6 all just in the same day. It was like 9 o'clock. I was like, I could finish this, but I don't want to, because nothing's gonna be better than that.
And it wasn't.
And I'm just like, I'm done for the day. That's a good point to just stop. I don't want to watch anymore. That gets a full point.
Understandable.
Legit
Episode
masterpiece of an
6
episode.
was one of the most tremendous things I've seen in television.
It was amazing. I love it so much. Just
And
sitting there.
I'll tell you something else I loved. I loved him winning the game and just becoming a sad, haggard piece of shit. He's just like, he walks up like, is there something wrong with my account? No, you just haven't done anything.
He just
leave.
gets up. Yeah. I have some problems. Of course, everything's, got little problems. But the dub is both amazing, but the people that they don't care about, they do not.
They do not give a.
It is legitimate 4 kids muffed off the streets.
It's Vivi just going, ah.
Oh, there's just these wide shots of just like, you can't do this to us. You can't keep us here.
Is this like Boss Baby 2 with what's his face? Oh my god.
Alec Baldwin.
No. Oh my god. Jurassic Park. He was the Grandmaster in Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh,
I can't- Holy shit.
Can't remember, but what about it?
There's a very famous scene in the second Boss Baby where Jeff Goldblum, where he's the voice of the main villain, where he just did not give a shit. It is the worst acting I have ever heard out of Jeff Goldblum in my life.
But yeah, I absolutely recommend it.
You know what? That is very apt, John. A bunch of like hentai dubs, that type of acting.
That level of just like
take the jizz.
Jeff screamed in lowercase. That is such a apt description, John. It is very true. All right.
Yeah, really, really good. I was in the 7 range, but then that episode,
Understandable. Episode 6 is really good. I didn't like the tug of war episode though. I think it went on a little too long.
I thought it was fine.
Glass episode was
probably
good.
my least favorite of the game. So
oh, definitely, by far.
Glass episode was really good with the struggle between first and last, and that was really good.
Cookie was good.
I really did not like the other dude.
The villain, the end villain.
As soon as the cookie thing happened, and he just, I was just like, man, f this dude.
Yeah, it's understandable because he knows what the game is, and he's just like, I'm not gonna tell him. But why not just go, hey, I think it's this. Play this, and we can all get out of here.
It's another person down. He's a legit piece of, and I hated him.
But you're supposed to.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, speaking of TV shows, while we're on the topic, the Child's Play TV show is so good.
You mean Chucky? You can't say that.
Whatever.
Legally distinct.
It is so.
I thought you were gonna say it is subpar. I was like, oh
no, that thing is. I will be watching weekly.
All right.
It is ridiculously good.
Okay.
There's a clip going around for episode 2 because the main character is homosexual. So Chucky's just like, you know, I got a queer kid too. And the kid's like, you do? Yep, gender fluid. And you are okay with that? I'm not a monster.
Oh man,
it's so good.
What station is it on?
USA and Sci-Fi.
Okay, so
the first episode is on YouTube, full episode.
So it's no F-bombs dropping.
Yes, it is.
Oh wow,
they do not care.
Wow,
they legit don't care.
Okay,
I heard it in there, and it was just like I was taking it back. Like, is this just for YouTube? But I was going through people talking about it on the USA Network, and they were just like, they're just dropping F-bombs. Yeah, right. They do not care.
Man, I'll check that out then. That sounds really good.
The first episode is on YouTube. Please watch it. It is so good.
Alrighty.
All right. So before we get into the bulk of DC FanDome, we just have a couple of DC adjacent things.
They didn't announce Injustice 3. That's all I gave it about. I saw Ed Boon, and it was just a talk about the Injustice cartoon that's all over the series anyway.
Yikes.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's one of my things. The Injustice movie kind of sucks.
Why would they do this? Why would they give The Dark Knight Returns 2 parts?
Such a faithful treatment.
But not this. Why wouldn't they get us 2 or 3 parts? You're cramming 5 years of story, 5 years plus of story into 90 minutes. How did you think this was gonna work?
Cliff notes. Just clip show.
And then they changed the story anyway.
Oh wow.
Because they killed the Flash.
That is such an amazing clip. You go to any death battle that has one of the Flashes, any of them, and you're just they're going through all their speed records and just hey, basically all the Flashes can run faster than people can teleport, and teleportation's instantaneous. It's just and then you see him not able to duck
in slow moving Sora near him. He's like, oh no, the saw is coming for my head. What do I do?
Why, get my head cut off, obviously. So good.
Hey, If the Flash gets his head cut off, does he just stay like that for what is perceived for him for like years? Because his mind goes so fast.
You mean the pink-haired bleach dude where he's just slowly getting stabbed and he's like, "Hurry up!" as Dr. Man injects him with the thing, and he's just experiencing the stabbing for years and years and years. You're right. So as it's cutting into his cheek, he's just like, "Oh, let me just duck now." Oh, whoops! Let me just move my head back a little. Let me just grab this saw at a safe point and just put it on the ground.
Can you imagine? It's like it's start like just to make this work. It's starting to cut through him. He's like, you know what? I'm seeing this through. Leans in.
You know what? I deserve this.
So yeah, there's that. Then the other thing which led to the internet having disagreement, which of course it did. The new Superman, and I have to stress this, the new Superman, this is not Clark Kent, is bi.
Oh, his son, John.
Yes.
He's not even a new Superman. He's Superman while the actual Superman, Clark Kent, is off-world trying to save a different planet.
Sure. But, like, he's still, like, being Superman and is the current new Superman. Like, I don't feel bad about calling him the new Superman.
Yeah.
He's playing the role right now.
Yes,
but
he's playing the role.
So many people are just like, why can't they make new characters and let them be gay and bi and stuff? It's like, well, one, this is like he was introduced like what?
Absolutely.
4 years ago, 5 years ago.
The problem is people see Superman as gay.
Yep.
And they don't see the name.
Yep. People that haven't read a comic in decades, probably.
Yeah. If they saw Spider-Man was gay, but it was a completely new character under the mask, they would go, Spider-Man gay? That's bullshit. And then it's just like, yeah, but it's Ben Reilly. Like, you don't know. That's not Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
He looks like Peter Parker, but he's a clone. There's clones? Whoa, let me dive into this lore.
What's your problem with it?
Normalize it. Don't, because the comic artist was just like, that's right, mother, Superman is gay. It's just like, just let him be gay and let him be a person and do what he do.
I think that was a pre-call out to what it was gonna be backlash, because it was absolute backlash. And then you look at Catwoman and not Catwoman, but Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. Nobody gives a shit there. Mm-hmm. But he knew it was gonna be issues here.
No, but yeah, because that was just basically normalized. It's just like, hey, these two people are people.
It's not going to be normalized when you have that red S.
Yes.
No matter who the character is behind the Superman, there's going to be conflict. No matter how much, little or how much stink you raise, because news articles are going to eat it up for the clicks.
And there's conflict that there might be a black Superman.
Ew. I want one of them in my outfit. That's my Superman.
So yeah, like there was going to be huff and puff. And honestly, I'm kind of getting over the whole thing where it's just like introduce it naturally or do that. Like, yeah, would I prefer it? But like a lot of LGBT people are starving for representation. So that like, I don't know.
Be loud and proud with it.
Yeah. Until to a point where people are loud and proud and then people just don't care, then it's normalized and then it's whatever. But until that happens.
Always care.
So yeah.
There'll never not be a time where people don't care.
Yeah, and it's sad. It's sad that people are just so mad that there might be a gay woman as the lead character. And it's just like, no, I do not want this. Stop doing this. Why?
All right.
Because I don't like it. Okay, thanks.
Let's see. Let's start from, I guess, not movie stuff and go. We'll go up from the list that I made. Oh, excuse me. Young Justice got a little teaser trailer shown, and actually the first 2 episodes of season 4 are just out. They released them this week, which is cool.
I still haven't seen season 3.
Season 3 was pretty good. Not as good, I will say, as the first 2 seasons, but I enjoyed it.
How could well, season 2 wasn't as good as season 1.
Yeah. Titans got renewed for season 4. Season 3 as well, I've heard, is pretty good. I've not watched it. I was waiting for it all to be out just so I can watch it all in one shot. From what people are saying, it's kind of just clearing away better than Season 2, which Season 2 ended, we'll say on a low note. Others might say a stupid note.
Your boy.
Superboy should have saved him.
Bruh, it's dumb.
A plot point of this entire new season would be gone.
Or just do it differently.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
See, now, John, have you watched the show? Because when the trailers first came out, yeah, like that was the whole jive. Was just like, oh, they're just making it super edgy, but it's actually a pretty good show.
When your voice goes that high, it's not that good of a show. It's a pretty good show.
Let's see.
It's worth watching.
Yes, agreed. They showed off a trailer for Gotham Knights, which is the Core of the Owls is the main enemy.
Yep.
Not a whole lot of gameplay, or actually any gameplay now that I think about it. Looks all right.
We know what it is.
We have a trailer for the Suicide Squad game, Kill the Justice League. Same deal, cinematic trailer.
In-game footage, really.
Yep. They showed off what the Blue Beetle armor is going to look like for the movie. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
You don't like it?
Don't care.
Okay.
Give me Jaime.
Well, it is going to be Jaime.
No, give me him.
Okay.
I don't care about what his armor looks like. Give me the guy.
Gotcha.
Give me the voice.
I know the feeling.
We had some new concept art for the Superman and Lois cartoon. It looks amazing.
Get into my vein.
It looks amazing.
I'm gonna kill you.
I will gladly accept it. Let's get some bleach to watch it out.
There was a trailer for the Peacemaker HBO Max show.
Good. I like Peacemaker.
It seemed I don't know how I feel about it, because it looks like they're trying to do the whole thing of like humanize and make him good, but I think the whole thing about him is just like how far he goes for peace. And at least so far, it didn't seem like it was going to be going in too far into that, but we'll see.
He's a soldier. He's just like follow orders to a T, and this could just be like a him struggling with that mindset and him slowly going on over to the other side.
Okay. Had some Aquaman 2 behind the scenes that I did not watch.
I also did not watch it.
I just saw Black Manta suit, and it was just like, yeah, that's Black Manta. Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. There was a teaser for the Flash movie.
That was pretty
a
good.
Trailer.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
A teaser.
That was a teaser trailer.
It showed quite a lot. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Ezra Miller. I don't like him. I don't like this portrayal of Flash.
Understandable.
But
new suit looks good.
It looks good. They've already established that he is broken. He can reverse time with no ill effects that is shown on screen. So you gotta really fast go, hey, these are the ill effects. And now he's feeling it from the 2 times that he did it in the last movie. Because he just went, yeah, there's consequences, and he just did it and there was nothing. It was one thing, he was just like, the first time he did it, he coughed up some blood, and like the second time he did it, you could see like his hands and his face are just like falling apart and then reforming at the same time, something like that. But he goes, there's consequences, and there were no consequences shown.
They showed off a new suit for the CW Flash. The main thing, they added the golden boots. Most people are talking about. I haven't watched that show in so long.
Bruh. It's donezo. I watched their giant Elseworlds crossover, and I ain't watched nothing from none of them since.
Did you watch that?
Of course I watched it.
That was horrible.
Of course it
That
was.
was terrible.
Of
with that
course.
dumb dude with like the 3 braids, like,
Of course.
and it's
it
oh
was.
my
The
God.
Watcher?
Oh,
do you mean
dude.
the monitor?
And then it was just like, oh my goodness, that's Kevin Conroy in his first Batman live action appearance. Shocked, dead. There's no hope. Glad. What the frick? What is that?
That is absolutely what happened, sir.
Yeah, I think I just watched that scene
Why?
on YouTube and was just like, what a waste.
Because I was so into
I was in
all,
a dark place. Oh, I was going through some stuff that day.
I was so into all of those shows, and it got to a point where it's just like, I'm not keeping up in any of them. I'm so far behind. I don't think I'm ever gonna catch up. So the Elseworlds thing came out, and I went, let me just watch their crossovers. And I watched the two that I had not seen yet. And Elseworlds was one of them. And then it was just like, okay. And now I never need to watch anything. I'm probably gonna watch Legends of Tomorrow because at least that's fun. But Flash is finished for me. I'm done.
I might go and rewatch like the first 2 or 3 seasons of Arrow. I miss those days.
Yeah, those were good.
Good show.
There's a couple really good videos on YouTube that are just like Flash is irreparably broken. I can send them boys to you if you want because they are very good. I don't watch that, but I'm just like, wow, this sounds horrible.
I mean, I know one of the things that I saw kind of recently was there was like a lightning bolt lightsaber fight between Flash,
Oh, I saw that.
Reverse Flash, and some other Flash. Evil Flash. I don't know what it was, but it looked bad.
You gotta look at that crap and just like, who is this for?
Who's still rocking this?
What is the purpose of this in particular?
Yeah, remember the CG King Shark episodes? Those were cool.
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? You do what you do. Grodd, you're doing what you can do. I'm good with you.
So next we have
Good man, Gavin. How could you not stop? It's over.
It's been over. It's over for a while.
Shazam 2 had kind of a little behind the scenes teaser. Have you guys seen the actor who plays Billy Batson?
No.
That kid basically turned into a man. He's like
Overnight.
he does not look like a teenager anymore.
Oh no.
Like I think
How are they gonna do this?
I think he may have like not worked out while he was doing the show or doing the movie, but like since they stopped shooting, boy, like I don't think you need Zachary Levi anymore. It's kind of nuts. That's the thing. They showed off a little behind the scenes thing and teaser for Black Adam. Gave Rock
basically nothing.
his own little like CG stage. Apparently him and Vin Diesel have a feud.
Oh yeah, they been had that feud.
It's going on forever.
Okay. I don't pay attention.
Not looking forward to that.
I want to see Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate.
Yeah, that seems fun, but I'm sick to death of The Rock.
Same. But you know what? I'm sick to death of The Rock being The Rock.
Yes, this could be something different. Him raising up and getting shot and all that seems kind of like a different one. So maybe not as the charismatic stuff. He's more of just like an imposing, let's do this type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked him in the Jumanji movies because he's legitimately just not being The Rock.
So maybe then.
Okay.
Did they say when it's coming out? I know you said it was in post-production.
like
July
July
2022? I think, yeah.
Here's hoping things will be better.
Yeah.
You keep thinking that, sir.
I said, here's hoping.
You keep hoping that, sir.
I will. I'll be the only one.
You will.
Cyber, there's a difference between puberty, which he basically had already gone through by the time the first Flash came out, and just like a complete transformation.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, did you just see?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, no, this ain't no puberty, yo.
Yeah, this is different. This might be like
He grown.
this is maybe supplements somewhere in there. There's a couple of or I shouldn't say a couple, quite a few other like small, smaller announcements and stuff for comics and other like little tidbits. I didn't go through all of them, but the last thing was the trailer for the new Batman movie. I like I think is it Zoe? Is Catwoman? Zoe Kravitz. That's right. Kravitz's daughter. Lenny Kravitz's daughter. Yeah, Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle. Very good casting. And then Colin Farrell seems to be a pretty darn good Penguin. But yeah, it just kind of gives the, it's going to be gritty, it's going to be dark, he's going to be unhinged, but just little tidbits.
Yeah, it looks good. I like his voice.
Tired of Batman.
That
really? You've never voiced this before. Why is this the first time I'm hearing of this?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have I not voiced my displeasure for this character and the push he receives?
Not to my knowledge.
I should vocalize this more. I'm not very outspoken with my opinion, so
no, not
that
at all.
Part of the issue.
Fact.
Quietest member of the cast. Never gets riled up. Never yells.
It's so low key.
Yep.
Am I even here half the time?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm glad he's not going full Bale. Yeah. Although I could not understand what he said when he smacked the glass when he was talking to the Riddler.
I didn't
I
either.
turned on closed captioning. I'm like, okay, that's what he said. The quietest member might be DA.
Oh, that's fair.
Probably,
Yeah.
Maybe, probably
Either
me or
DA
DA.
or Ralph, honestly.
See, Ralph like at times he just won't contribute to conversation, but when he talks, he yells. So I don't know.
Oh, he's talking quietest or most or least talking?
Yeah. In terms of volume.
Okay, volume, yeah, definitely. It's definitely Mike.
Yeah, I
Not
would say
even
so.
close.
Yeah, I'd agree. Is there anything else from the DC FanDome that you guys can remember? That's all.
Nope.
That's all I got. Yeah, I know you don't care.
Nope.
All right. With that, unless we want to
To
talk
wrap
about
up,
the
I need
mangas.
food.
Wait.
Oh yeah, My Hero did happen. Dude, My Hero is awful.
Is it next Monday that the Comey anime is on Netflix?
Maybe.
It's soon. I know that much. It's very soon.
All I know is My Hero is awful.
Real bad.
What are they doing?
No. She can just say she can grab lasers, so she can. It works.
What a power.
She could just speak stuff into and out of existence. 100 meters in front of me, the atmosphere will disappear. Oh, okay. That's
You know what would have been
insanely broken.
You know what I would have said? And I don't know why. I guess they want to capture him. But honestly, what she could do is like, gravity doesn't affect me 100 yards in front of me. So then, or gravity is reversed. So then he just flies into space and dies. But of course, she's a hero. She wouldn't do that. But
there's a lot of things that can be done.
Comey started on the 7th.
in Japan, but
Okay.
acquiring it legally.
No, I'm saying as Netflix the 7th.
Release date. Coming Netflix release date.
Yeah, Gavin, the name thing is
debut on
terrible.
Thursday, October 21st.
Okay.
So this coming Thursday.
So we get a page, not even a page. We get a panel and a half of backstory for this. Not even a real disciple. Just like, I'm his disciple because I ain't.
All Might was here one time and he saved me, and then I started idolizing him, and instead of it 2 strands, I have 8 strands. Okay, that's all my backstory.
That's enough. It's enough.
One of my rules, I can only do 2 rules at a time. One of my rules is always on me so I can be strong, but not as strong as All Might.
Okay. But
I will.
Basically, everything else, no limits. It's just whatever I touch and say the name of anything. If you move an inch, your heart will stop.
Oh, and he just gets by it by going, but I'm not Shigaraki. I am new being. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me. How are y'all clapping?
like that.
No.
Some people slow clap.
Nope.
Some people give the Dumbledore clap. You know.
It's legit disgusting.
It's infuriating. The people accepting this. The people that are okay with this.
And praising. Okay, and praising.
The people that are liking it. This is a problem. The fact that this character is this broken and never once mentioned.
No,
She's
Gavin.
shown to just be like, hey, I'm just going to do what I want. And she never once came to Japan. She is the key to All for One's plan. I don't care if I said it wrong. I don't care. She's the key to his plan. Never mentioned before. The strongest woman in the world. Never mentioned before. The most broken ability in the manga. Never mentioned before. Strength rivaling All Might. Never mentioned before. And people are fine with this.
Well, yeah. It good though.
It's just like, well, what hope is there? Why listen to anybody critique anything if this is what you're clapping about? If you can just accept all of that just by going, well, she was in America and we don't talk about America.
We don't.
If you can just
We
accept
don't talk
that,
about other places. We see all this council of other leader heroes, and it's just like, who are y'all?
World though.
I read that. I just went, this can't be happening. She can't be this broken. And I was talking with a bunch of people in the Discord, and we were just like, yeah, one ability. That's something. Because then at least she'd be like, I got to turn it off and turn it back on myself in order to do it. No, she got two. And within those two, she has affected reality, grabbed a laser, threatened to stop somebody's heart under the condition that they move an inch, which somehow does not include breathing, blinking, your normal cells and blood rushing through your veins,
A twitch of a finger.
the twitch of an eye, which happens like 600 times per minute. None of that counts. And it affects her body to the point where she's almost as strong as the greatest hero of all time. And again, like
that
I
we
said,
know of.
that we know of. And like I said, there is no proper ending to this. She wins, she loses, she ties, all terrible.
I disagree.
No explanation needed.
Exactly.
I am shocked to my very being that such a thing exists. That a man put pen to paper. Somebody overlooked it and went, yeah, that's cool.
Escalation, man. More big,
Escalation.
more strong.
More big.
Have it be America is creating heroes. And it's like, this is her first run.
Artificial heroes and stuff.
Yes. Have it be that. So that's the reason why we don't know
Secretly-
that she exists.
Secretly done by All for One. Because he can give quirks to people.
Sure. He's funding it. Trying to create the biggest and best quirk.
So you know what? Those heroes in America are lowering the crime there, so All Might doesn't have to pay attention, and the heroes of Japan don't have to pay attention. So then when All Might is gone, it becomes a wasteland where all the heroes start turning on people.
That'd be something. That'd be good. Hey, that's logical. That makes sense. But just this unknown super duper lady coming out of nowhere, rocking, affecting reality 100 meters in front of her. Who's to say that's her limit? Who's to say she can't be in Japan and just be like, yeah, whenever I'm not using my power, All Might is immortal and has the power to shoot lasers out of his eyes that will instantly incapacitate anybody that he looks at. Because if it was just the atmosphere in front of me is disappeared, that's one thing. But under the condition that you move, your heart will stop is the thing. It's multi-layered things to the point where I'm just sitting there in the Discord like, she's probably going to say some bullshit like, under the condition that my ability is taken, well then the next time that Shigaraki looks at All Might, he gets my ability. Who's to say she can't do that? It's terrible. And now she is introduced, has a fight, and by the next chapter, Shigaraki is awakening. So she can't like affect him via the atmosphere or anything. That didn't work. She can't touch him and be like, Shigaraki, if you blah blah blah, because that doesn't work because he's a new being with a name that she doesn't know. So she's gonna get beaten. 2 chapters for the biggest, best lady. Big ups, meme. I see you in the Discord.
We won't be doing that video.
It's infuriating.
I will say, not as bad, nowhere near as bad as My Hero. There's been some ass-pullery in the latest chapter of Black Clover too.
I haven't read it. I am like 3 chapters behind.
It's some ass pulling that I'm not kind of happy about. Like
Fire Force is the worst manga I've ever read.
I think that's an over-exaggeration. I think that you're being hyperbolic. I respect your opinion, and you're correct.
But go ahead, talk about Black Clover a little bit.
No.
Not anything specific.
Just it's like there is some like a tiny bit of basis around it, but it's still like it harkens back to my problem of that I had with the manga originally, where it's just like you have these books and they just kind of throw these spells out there. I have no idea how they learn them. I have no idea how the spells get added to the books. They're just there and they happen, and then things happen. Like it's more of that kind of dialed up quite a bit, and I'm like,
okay. I'll see. I'll probably catch up.
You'll see
tonight.
Dr. Stone continues to be amazing. Comey continues to be amazing.
Gavin sending some love for Fire Force in the chat.
It's awful.
Did you read the latest? Gavin's favorite manga. Did I read the latest?
Comey.
No, I did not.
What are you doing?
Wait, you're talking the one that I told you to read, right, BG?
Yes.
Again,
Dude, DA!
Several chapters behind.
DA, do it, please.
We need that.
There's something for you specifically you're gonna freak out about. For sure.
Oh my god, he's a bum.
Never stated that I wasn't.
Also, there is a reason that popular manga are kind of popular. I started reading Blue Lock. That thing is boring.
I don't even know what that is.
It's basically the Japanese team has never won the World Series for soccer, football. Not the World Series, but the World Cup. And so they're like, all right, we don't have a striker. That's our issue. We're going to create the greatest striker. So they pick a bunch of kids, strikers from around the country, lock them into this building and go, you're going to do all these games and we're going to have just one striker. And there are some things where it's just like, oh, these people are a bit sociopathic. That's interesting. But it's a lot of queer baiting. It's a lot of just like bullshit happening. So everybody has their ability, and it's not a real ability. It's just like I can dribble real good, stuff like that.
No anchor arms. Or
yeah, none of that stuff.
Man
coming
out.
Except the main character, who can watch over the field and smell a goal. So he's just like, I can't smell it, and he's running around. Then somebody else runs to the side of him. I smell it. I just need to pass it to him.
That is anti-interesting.
Dude, it's so boring.
That sounds horrible.
Horrible.
I was trying to remember my least favorite manga. I found it.
That's some Tanjiro shit.
Yes, dude. I'm telling you. Because there's one part where they barely win a game. And he's like, is this what it feels like to win? And there's the people they beat there on the ground crying. And he just walks up to one of them, sweat just pouring. He's just like, why does it feel so good? And I'm like, that's some sociopathic stuff. And I'm here for it. I want you to be a sociopath. Let's do it. Oh, I can smell a goal. Oh!
What was it called?
Blue Lock.
And my least favorite manga is Kenja no Majo, or Mago, whatever you want to call it.
I've heard of it, but I can't quite.
I don't blame you for not one. It's like isekai, really terrible isekai, and
That's just the easy kind.
like.
Yeah.
And I've also read a large chunk of Fire Force. Fire Force has good action.
Yeah, what? Where are you?
Uh-oh.
I can't give this manga, Kenja no Majo, anything. Anything.
Seven Deadly Sins was okay. I never finished it, but it started getting into that area where it's just like, if I keep reading this, I know I'm gonna get mad.
And it also has oh god, Night Boy. What's his name?
Night Boy?
In Fire Force. One who thinks he's a knight. so he dragons.
Arthur.
Thank you, Arthur. It also has
Arthur's
Arthur.
godlike.
Yes. Again, the Kenja no Majo, I read until wherever it was at that point. I don't remember. And I don't care to remember. It was just I was trying to find romance stuff, and this was like, hey, this is a really highly rated romance. It's, fantasy.
Oh, wait. Kenjo no, what is the English name of that?
Magi's grandson.
Nope. I thought it was a Statica of a Flame Knight or something.
No.
That thing was awful.
So yeah, you guys want all like the thing that I remember most from this manga is like you have these like important officials of this like city or kingdom or whatever. It's just like, it seems that war is on the horizon. It's like the end of the chapter, like dun 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 dun, like cliffhanger. The literal first panel of the next chapter in big bold letters is there is war. It's like, wow.
Oh no.
What build up to this?
Such suspense. All right, let's wrap this up.
All right. Pac-Man.
Should have just been eating the all throughout the. Could have muted. Normal facts.
Pick numbers, everybody.
Gavin.
How many?
Go read Kenja no Majo.
113.
113 of facts. I'm gonna go. 13 is my favorite number, so I'm gonna go actually 113.
What a weird favorite
One.
number.
He
Cover
rolled
the
his eyes.
113.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
In medieval Europe, animals were often taken to court and tried for various crimes, such as eating people's harvest, damaging property, or injuring or killing people. If found guilty, the animals could be exiled or, in rare cases, sentenced to death.
How did we evolve?
Herbert, what do you have to say for thyself?
You are charged with the crime of eating Hanberry's flowers. How do you plead? Meow. You heard him. Get the gallows.
The evidence is substantial. It's irrefutable. Judge,
Mittens,
my
we
parents are
exiled
gone.
you from the town last week. What the fuck are you rolling back in here for?
Do they think they're gonna run the animal off and it's just gonna go?
I guess.
Why would they eat the animal at least?
They would take the animal on a
'Cause
buggy
it had
in a cart
sinned.
and just drive them like 3 miles up and then leave them. Like, it's an animal. It can survive on its own, so it's not like it's a punishment. It's just a relocation.
Can you imagine it's like they had a dog and they exiled the dog, but then the dog, like, they take it out of town, the dog just knows its way back, and then, like, it's like, Charlie, you can't be back here. They'll find you. What do we have here?
What's all this then?
Harboring a fugitive, I see.
Ring the bell.
You and Charlie are sentenced to death.
Death by hanging by the neck until dead. Ugh.
We suck.
He took a pie off a windowsill.
Oh my god, this is...
Medieval
Dude, we've
Europe,
had some
that's,
fire facts these past few weeks.
That is awful.
They aren't playing. They must have just been bored.
Wow.
Oh, this goat ate my berries. Let's have a trial. We're not doing nothing.
Most peaceful town in the world. We have had 13 sentencing, one of which was a human.
Harboring that fugitive cow.
The consumption of a fugitive is sentence. His sentence is a high price to pay indeed. Oh my god. All right.
You denied us our trial.
With that, thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of the podcast of stuff. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god. Woo, is that gonna take a little bit to calm down? I'm tearing up. Thank you everybody for tuning in. See many of you tomorrow for Sora and Smash Bros. The rest of you, we'll see you later this week and next week. Laters, y'all.
We do too much content.